In February of 1959, 9 hikers disappeared in the freezing expanse of the northern Ural Mountains. They were led by a 23-year-old named Igor Dyatlov. Looking at the photos taken just before the trip, you see a group of young, physically fit university students who completely trusted one another. Every single member of this remarkable expedition had extensive winter survival training. They could navigate whiteout blizzards, build shelters in deep powder, and maintain heat in sub-zero isolation. On February 1st, they pitched their final camp on the slope of Kholat Syakhl. In the local indigenous language, that name translates roughly to Dead Mountain. Highly trained survivalists do not make fatal unforced errors in environments they understand. Whatever happened on that slope bypassed their training entirely, forcing them into a situation they could not prepare for. It took weeks for search and rescue teams to finally reach the campsite. When they finally did, they found the group's canvas tent still standing, heavily snowed in, but completely abandoned. Investigators quickly noticed the side of the tent had been violently slashed open. Forensics proved these cuts were not made by an attacker trying to get in. They were made from the inside by people desperate to get out. Inside that tent, searchers found the group's heavy coats, insulated boots, and neatly organized food rations. Leaving essential thermal gear behind means the threat inside the tent was immediate. Ripping through the canvas and plunging unprotected into a raging blizzard in the Arctic Circle was their safest option. Leading away from the ruined tent, search teams found a chaotic trail of footprints pressing down the slope toward a distant line of trees. The tracks confirmed the worst. The hikers were running in socks, wearing only thin sleeping layers, or in some cases, completely bare feet.
They were sprinting through thigh-deep snow while the air temperature plummeted below -20 degrees. Yet, as investigators meticulously mapped the campsite and the trail, they found a chilling detail. There were 9 sets of footprints, no more. The group had been chased to their deaths by a force that left 0 physical evidence of its own existence in the snow. At the edge of the forest, near a large cedar tree, the searchers found the first 2 victims. They were frozen solid beside the ashes of a desperately built tiny fire. Spaced out sequentially between the tree line and the tent, they found 3 more bodies. Their physical poses indicated they had frozen to death while attempting to crawl back up the mountain. The remaining members of the expedition were not located until the spring thaw, months later. They were buried deep under the snowpack in a rocky ravine. Autopsies on these final victims revealed massive chest trauma and severely shattered skulls. In the most disturbing physiological anomaly of the autopsy reports, one female victim was discovered completely missing her tongue. Medical examiners noted that the sheer magnitude of the blunt force required to snap ribs and fracture craniums like this was comparable to a high-speed car crash. Yet the victims had almost no external soft tissue damage, no bruising, no lacerations. This combination of crushing internal pressure without external marks defies standard animal attacks or natural biological decay. The cause of death bypassed their skin entirely to shatter their bones. In the weeks following the incident, a strange variable entered the public record. Multiple independent witnesses reported seeing glowing orange lights hovering in the sky over the Ural Mountains on the exact night the hikers died. Before the public could connect these reports to the deaths, the Soviet government abruptly halted the investigation. They sealed the area, shut down the inquiry, and classified the autopsy files for decades. When the lead investigator was finally forced to close the file, he submitted an incredibly brief, formal conclusion regarding the cause of the tragedy. The official document stated the hikers died due to an unknown compelling force. That phrasing captures why the Dyatlov Pass mystery endures. An undeniable, highly lethal force exerted massive physical violence on 9 experts, and then simply vanished back into the dark.